Welcome to Lincoln Financial Field, folks. We are here outside of the pro shop because, as you may or may not know, we're in the personal shopping industry now. I didn't think we'd be here. Hello, Tyre.
What's going on, Vince? I never, fancy myself a shopper. Matter of fact, I hate shopping. As a matter of fact, you can ask anybody that's been around me. I hate shopping. But for this occasion, I'll make an exception.
Yeah, we're doing the Lord's work right now. So if you're not aware of what exactly we're doing, all the orders have gotten canceled for people. It's hard to get stuff. So we decided, you know what, screw it. We'll go to the team store. We'll pick up things for you, and we will just mail them out based on whatever you want. So we just did our first run today. Shout out to Corey in Idaho. So we're going all the way across the country to get this gear out on the first run. Allison was with us today as well. You may know her for her Jell-O shots. Phenomenal. She was trying to get gear for somebody in Australia and wasn't able to do it. Stuff is out of the store, so they don't have everything here. Ty can fill us in on that in a couple of minutes. But with all that being said, there is a form if you want to sign up for this and get us to personal shop for you. Go to bellandthebirdmen.com, or you can go to our Instagram page, and it's one of the links in there. You just go fill out the form, and we'll contact you when we're going to go out and get it. So first off, Ty, you got to fill me in on this because we got some news. So Derek Barnett, Taylor's favorite player, got into something today. What happened?
So apparently during practice today, as we're recording this, Derek Barnett cheap shot at Landon Dickerson in some way, shape, form, fashion. Typical Derek Barnett bullshit. Landon Dickerson gets him back on the chop block, and a little mini scuffle ensued. Players were asked about it, but everybody's playing it down and like, oh, it's just training camp. Listen, no, it's not. Barnett's a bum. All right, he's been doing this since day one. It's the only way he's able to get away with the shenanigans that he gets away with, and I'm sick of it at this point. I really am. Just cut him already.
Well,
Cut your losses.
I think a lot of people, because he tore his ACL just before the season last year, so I think a lot of people legitimately forgot he's on the team.
I did.
Yeah,
I thought we cut him, to be honest with you. I remembered, oh, yeah, he did tear his ACL.
Yeah, they kept him around, and it's crazy, too, because, this team has changed, right? It went from 4-3 when they drafted him, and that's he was the old system built for that.
Right.
And now they've changed everything over, and he's still here. And, here's the weird thing.
Why?
When did they draft him? 16?
I want to say they drafted him, I believe it was the year of the Super Bowl.
17.
So that was 2017. He was a first-round draft pick out of Tennessee.
So you're telling me that Derek Barnett joins the team and they win the Super Bowl?
I'm telling you that Derek Barnett is a bum with only 7 years in NFL experience and only 21.5 sacks. That's fucking horrible.
It's pretty bad. But you know what? It's not a bust. You might not like it. You might not like it, and I get it. He's not a great player. But, so many first-round guys completely flame out. And if he's drafted 2016, 2017, and he's still on the team now, that's a win. It's better than half.
Vince, he's a former first-round draft pick, all right, coming out of Tennessee where he broke Reggie White's records.
Yeah.
At Tennessee. I expected more out of him, and I didn't get it. That's the most frustrating part. Out of my first-rounders, bare minimum, I expect you to be an all-pro, Pro Bowl perennial player. I'm not getting that out of Derek Barnett. Instead of him being the guy, he was just a rotational guy. His best year was in 2019 where he had 6.5 sacks. That's it. 6.5 sacks for a former first-round draft pick who's just a rotational guy. That's horrible.
It's better than most. I really think about it. Remember Barkevius Mingo?
I do.
What the hell did that guy do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He bounced around the league. He didn't do anything. He disappeared. It's not sexy to say that he's not a bad pick, but Jalen Reagor sucks. That guy's gone.
That's obvious.
Well, Marcus Smith, that guy. See, Derek Barnett or Marcus Smith right now. Derek Barnett, right?
I'm not saying that.
Okay, but one is significantly miles ahead of the other, right?
The only thing I give Derek Barnett credit for was picking up the damn fumble after Brandon Graham did all that fucking work in the Super Bowl.
So Derek Barnett played a role in a play that won the Super Bowl?
Who can't pick up a fumble, Vince? Who can't pick up a fumble?
It's Marcus Smith can't 'cause he's not on the team. That's the point. So, it's not... and this is kind of who I thought he would be, just a totally forgettable, rotational guy. I didn't buy it up front when they drafted him, and that's pretty much who he's become. I mean, the only thing that really pisses me off about it is it's the flags and it is the dirty stuff.
Yes.
So, I hear you for that. So, it doesn't make him, a good pick. But as far as first-rounders go, this is the floor of acceptable.
What? Now we have Florida. That's the form acceptable?
Yeah.
I can trip and fall into 4.5 sacks right now in my current condition.
You're signed. So I mean, well, let me ask you, like, what is the worst thing that you're willing to accept from a first round pick?
The worst thing.
Worst thing. Like, what is it? What is like? Is it a player? Is it a situation? Like, what is it? What is like? All right, we spent a first round pick, and I don't like this, but it's not a complete mistake or a bust.
So my floor would be pretty much what Isaac Seumalo was for us. He's not a guy that stands out, but he's a guy that you can rely on, the guy that you can count on. That's my floor for first round picks. A solid starter, maybe not necessarily a Pro Bowler, an All Pro, maybe not a guy that's going to get recognition all the time, but a guy that's there to do his job, and I don't see him impact the game negatively. If I see you with my bare eyes impacting the game in a negative way, I'm calling you out. Derek Barnett does that. You just brought up the fact that he's basically a flag machine. Hell, there's a gif of Nick Sirianni after he commits an unnecessary roughness call, and he goes, "It's always him." You know why? Because it is always him. He's a bum.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, him is trendy these days. So, like, if I was Derek Barnett, I would trade that. I'd trademark that in a heartbeat.
Don't trademark that.
Derek Barnett, it's always him, Derek Barnett.
He's not him. He's not him.
He's definitely not him. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't like the pick. They've busted on a lot of different stuff, but I don't know. He's still on the team. Like, it could be a lot worse. Like, I saw a documentary about Johnny Manziel. They were drafted like at the same time. You know what I mean? So, like, there's so many things that go haywire. And it's like, we've got this, like, what is the best thing you can get from a first-round pick? And I think that's what everybody wants. But then, like, what you actually get is usually not that, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's it.
This is true. But once again, I expected a solid starter. I'm not getting it. And at this point, this is your 7th, 8th year in the league. At this point, you're supposed to be one of the leaders in that locker room. You're supposed to be one of the guys. Now you're just one of the jackasses that's in the locker room, because that's what everybody views you as, not just in that not probably just in that locker room, but around the NFL as well. You're marked, and we all know what happens when you're marked. We've seen players who are marked get called for crazy unnecessary roughness calls on the smallest of things because you become a marked person. Referees specifically look out for you on Sundays. That's not a good thing. That harms the team. Yeah, and I don't want that.
Yeah, well, for what it's worth, Derek Barnett, Kelly Green's not in the team store.
Good.
So that's out. So,
keep that bum out of the store.
Yeah, so we're not picking it up for you. But yeah, custom. There you go. Taylor's getting a custom Derek Barnett, Kelly Green. That's
disappointed in you.
That would be so good. And by the way, it is hot as hell out here, which is why we should have brought a case of delicious, nutritious Liquid Death.
Yeah,
we blew it. So yeah, I had one this morning. I put another one in my fridge. I've got an empty one in my car. None left. I blew it.
I just bought the iced tea one. It is delicious, by the way.
Yeah, and if I believe John Barchard, who could not be here with us today, but did tell me he saw it in a Wawa, which has not been a thing for them.
Nice.
It's only been in 7-Eleven, but supposedly there are whispers that Liquid Death could be at a Wawa by you. So if you're looking to find out, liquiddeath.com/bell, that's where you can go check it out. But other thing with the team stuff that's been going on, because like everybody's pumped up. They get fucking linebackers. Everybody's so pumped up. Oh my God, Miles Jack and Zach Cunningham, we're going to the moon, baby. Like, I don't feel that energy at all. Are you excited about these guys? What does it mean to you?
So I shouldn't have to be excited about these guys. That's the part that scares me the most. The fact that the people are excited, that should kind of be a warning to people. What that tells me is that Nakobe Dean isn't necessarily standing out in camp or any other linebacker in camp. I mean, he has an injury for maybe 1 week during camp, and then they bring in Miles Jack and Zach Cunningham. Like, for me, that's alarming that we even have to bring guys from the outside. That's concerning. It's bad enough that this team already devalues the linebacker position, which I don't like.
I love
it. Could probably get into that.
I love it. Fuck, who cares?
But listen, that just scares me. That tells me that Nakobe Dean isn't doing what he's supposed to do in camp, and that's concerning to me, especially considering that you guys pumped him out to be the next guy. I don't like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, then, an important question. Everybody wanted Nakobe Dean in the first round last year. There was a lot of that. Better first-round draft pick, Derek Barnett or Nakobe.
Oh, my God. We're not doing it.
Oh, yeah. See, we're not doing this. We can't do it now. But I'm just saying, Team Derek Barnett. So, all right. Yeah. And, like, on a serious note, though, for Dean, I did think he'd be better as much as, like, you can be better in the preseason. Maybe it's one of those things he's just got to get on the field in a preseason game and he looks better. So, like, I'm not going to freak out. And honestly, if all these guys suck, I don't care. I'm not worried about any of this because the linebackers and who gives a shit. Like, I'm going to be mad if the defensive line, if they're getting gashed in the run game, it's a defensive line issue more than anything. And that's what I'm worried about is, like, you have Jordan Davis first-round pick, Jalen Carter first-round pick, you have Fletcher Cox first-round pick, been around for forever. Like, all those guys and all the depth you have there behind them, like just different veteran guys, like Kentavious Street's been around the league and he might not even make the team. Like, who the hell knows? So with all the talent that you've got, if they're getting gashed like that, that's the issue. You know, where you invested all of this stuff and they can't contain it on the line. So, like, that's what's more interesting to me. If they get gashed the linebacker, like, you're going to get it somewhere. You can't cover everything.
Here's the thing, though. If you get gashed for 3+ yards, at that point, now it's the linebacker's responsibility to pick up the slack for the defensive line. Defensive linemen aren't necessarily going to get home all the time. They're not going to be able to stuff that hole all the time. So you need good quality linebackers. I'm not saying they have to be all pro and future Hall of Famers, but you at least need some decent guys to be able to pick up the slack for the defensive linemen. Matter of fact, I want to bring up a horrible memory. Travis Kelce lit a fire under the damn defense in the Super Bowl. You know why? Because there wasn't a damn linebacker on the squad that could cover him. That's a problem. You need linebackers. I'm so sick and tired. That's one position I will fight to the death for. You cannot devalue linebackers. You cannot just pick out random guys and just plug them in. That's not how defenses work. I'm getting linebackers back in this episode.
I don't know. I mean, I've been looking at the team store. It's pretty busy here. We're here to Monday. It's like 1:45 right now. Some bulky guys. Well, yeah. What did I say? Monday. I don't fucking know what day it is. So it's Wednesday apparently, and I've seen some bulky people walking around, going through the team store. I'd sign him at linebacker. Who gives?
Oh my God.
It doesn't matter. 215-509-5833. You can tell us, but I don't think it matters. Now you can also join us in the Discord too. So let's do this because when we're doing this whole thing, we are here at the team store because we're buying all these jerseys for people. I asked you to take inventory a little bit, like what's going on in there. So what did you see? What do they have? What do they not have?
Okay, so first off, I got to give the Eagles Pro Shop credit and everybody involved because those guys are keeping stock of all the jerseys. They run out, they're going to the back, they're grabbing some more. So trust me when I say, if you come down here, you will see Kelly Green jerseys. Now, if they have them in your size, that might be a little bit of an issue. We were just in there. In terms of Jalen Hurts and the adult sizes, they currently only have, as we're recording this, small and extra large. I'm shocked that they have extra larges, to be honest with you, because extra large typically is a very popular size. So I'm a little shocked about that. If you need the authentic ones that's stitched on, they have them in all the players. If you need the ones that are sticker, they have them in all the players. Now, in terms of kids, they only have offensive players. No defensive love, which I have a huge problem with, by the way. Where's the defensive love at? Kids love defense too, I'm just saying. Matter of fact, I'm starting a new revolution. Defenses matter, and I'm starting with the kids. Anyway, in terms of Kelly Green, there's no defensive players, but any major player you can think of they have. Dallas Goedert, Darius Slay, of course they have Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. No DeAndre Swift jerseys?
St. Joe's prep guy, I'm offended.
Which I'm a little shocked about. They kind of need to get on that a little bit. I think that might be a popular jersey this year. That's just my 2 cents, but that's pretty much what's in stock. If you're looking for hoodies for the upcoming cold season, there's no Kelly Green hoodies as of yet. They'll probably start selling them, I want to say, when the weather starts changing, but as of now, no Kelly Green hoodies.
Yeah, so we'll keep you up to date on everything because they're clearly moving all the stuff in right now. That's what it sounds like to me. They just got boxes of stuff and they're trying to ship it into this place because it's all going. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. We will let you know. Again, fill out the form. Instagram, bellandthebirdmen.com. Let us know what you want to pick up. We are your personal shoppers, and we're here to help. So with that, we're going to get out of here, folks, and we'll see.